I got interested into sort of the technology space about 5 years ago. I've been in business for 20 years. So it's sort of the last quarter of my career thus far. And, I love researching and learning about, the business and the economics behind it. And I mean, the technology industry globally is just super interesting and it's massive in scope. And as I've been researching and speaking to the smartest people that I can find in my network anyways, and just asking them about the technology business, everybody looks at it differently. It's actually what's maybe most interesting to me about this industry. And so I want to ask you one question, and there really is no answer. IT.
There's a lot of answers.
There's a lot of answers.
Yeah.
IT, information technology. How do you define information technology? What is IT?
Yeah. You've got lots of inputs on this because it is evolving so fast. And we've talked about there's these big technology companies. The reality is that today, every company is becoming a technology company. A huge part of what every company is delivering has a technology component to it. So what is IT historically and what is IT going forward are transforming very fast. IT is everything to do with technology in your company that isn't building the product that your company sells. So it's everything that makes all the other automation work. Mm-hmm. And in a lot of places, more and more, there's deep integration with that, and sometimes there are these CTO-ish roles that do both because of the level of integration that's happening in that. But every amount of automation that a company has, the data analysis, all of that, anything that isn't, this is, again, my definition, but anything that isn't building the actual product is IT.
Yeah. Yeah. I tend to concur with this. It's which is why when I was, and I never know if I'm right or if I'm wrong when I talk about CIO versus CTO, inward versus outward, building your own product that is going to be consumed versus building the suite of solutions that are leveraging technologies to support that mission. But it's sort of what I'm picking up on too after thinking about it for 4 or 5 years. Jim, thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
The CTO that historically was inward can't be. They have to be looking at data from customers and reaching out and talking to customers and helping to evolve the product in a way that is much more real-time connected to customers and what's happening in the world. So it can't just be this inward thing anymore. But for the most part, that I think your definition applies.
Yeah. And like you said, I mean, the information part in IT starts as data that is without it being manipulated and massaged and visualized is fairly worthless until you turn it into information. And that information and being close to that information for, not only just a CTO, but a CEO, COO, so everybody that's running the company, actually everybody in the organization is totally critical. And it's, it's the thing that is driving my curiosity into like all the different branches of how are we doing that? Where are we doing that? Are we going to be doing it from space? Are we going out to the edge? What about colos? Because I'm personally interested in the technology hardware as a commodity and it being leveraged for capturing that data so that those smart technology people can turn that data into information. Yeah. Absolutely. Cool. Again, thank you so much for your time. This was a really great conversation.